All right, man. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. You guys are probably wondering what's going on. Just listen.
هو الذي بعث في الأميين رسولا منهم يتلو عليهم آياته ويزكيهم ويعلمهم الكتاب والحكمة وإن كانوا من قبل لفي ضلال مبين وآخرين منهم لما يلحقوا بهم وهو العزيز الحكيم ذلك فضل الله يؤتيه من يشاء والله ذو الفضل العظيم مثل الذين حملوا التوراة ثم لم يحملوها كمثل الحمار يحمل أسفارا بئس مثل القوم الذين كذبوا بآيات الله والله لا يهدي القوم الظالمين قل يا أيها الذين هادوا إن زعمتم أنكم أولياء لله من دون الناس فتمنوا الموت إن كنتم صادقين ولا يتمنونه أبدا بما قدمت أيديهم والله عليم بالظالمين قل إن الموت الذي تفرون منه فإنه ملاقيكم ثم تردون إلى عالم الغيب والشهادة فينبئكم بما كنتم تعملون يا أيها الذين آمنوا إذا نودي للصلاة من يوم الجمعة فاسعوا إلى ذكر الله وذروا البيع ذلكم خير لكم إن كنتم تعلمون فإذا قضيت الصلاة فانتشروا في الأرض وابتغوا من فضل الله واذكروا الله كثيرا لعلكم تفلحون وإذا رأوا تجارة أو لهوا انفضوا إليها وتركوك قائما قل ما عند الله خير من اللهو ومن التجارة والله خير الرازقين.
Okay. So today what we have here is today is Jumma. And Jumma is the Islamic holy day. And today is our holy day. In rough terms, in English terms, we're going to call it a holy day. So it is a day where inside the Michigan Department of Corrections, this was a special day for us. I mean, we prepared throughout the whole week inside the Michigan Department of Corrections as Muslims. This was the most exciting day. Okay? So what we did is a couple days before, what we do is we'll take our pants. So I got a pair of black Dickies, and this is like similar to the Michigan Department of Corrections blues. So what we do is we start to iron our pants. Okay. So the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it is reported that he said, wear your best clothes on this day. So that means we didn't want to go into Jumma, wearing our baseball cap like this. Like you'll see some guys like this. They'll go into Jumma like this. They'll go into Jumma like this. They'll go into Jumma like this, and they'll have some old dirty shirt on, dirty pants, and some people just like look like they just crawled out of bed. So what we did inside the Michigan Department of Corrections, the Muslim, especially at Masjid Hanif Jihad Fisabilillah, we would iron our pants. So that's what I'm going to do today. And so you're going to iron your pants, what Abdullah is, because we're getting ready for Juma, right? And oh, by the way, that surah was the 62nd chapter in the Quran, which is called Suratul Jummah. Okay? And we're going to get to that in a second. But first of all, I want you to know that hold on. We got a little bit too much water in this iron, y'all. Hold on, I got to turn this thing on. What's going on here? I guess it ain't on. It's supposed to be on. Hold on, we got a malfunction here with the iron. And yes, they do have irons inside the Michigan Department of Correction, inside the Michigan Department of Corrections. And hold on, we're gonna get this thing on here. Hell no, I might have broke the iron, y'all. Hold on, we're gonna get it right, inshallah. There it is. Okay, so now we got our light on, and the reason why we like to look nice because it was a special day for us. You have to remember when you're locked down inside of prison, you don't have anything to look forward to. And in Islam, within the Michigan Department of Corrections, we had everything to look forward to on this day. This day was special to us. This day was in our hearts. So we would start preparing a day before. You got Muslim showers. They would take the ghusl, which is the Muslim bath, and they would go to sleep. And you would hear brothers, man, Ahi, man, mashallah, did you say the dua to intend to go to Juma? Why did we do that? Here's the very important reason. Hold on. Let me iron my my dickies. Hold on. So there's a very important reason why I'm mentioning uh the dua for the intentions to go to Juma. And a person would say, well, man, you know, that's just a day where you go to pray. That's just you just go there and you go pray. No, I'm not saying a holiday as if we shut everything off and we stop eating and we don't talk to anybody and all that weird stuff. We don't do that. Not as Muslims. I'm going to tell you why. Why it's so important. In Palestine, what they call Palestine, there's a concept saying that they live in a prison, right? Which we all know what's going on, right? So in Palestine, they live in a prison. They're being watched, they're being beat up, they're being suppressed. The Israeli police are coming in and stepping on their prayer rugs, kicking them in the faces, spitting in Muslim sisters' faces. I mean, they're doing all kind of crazy acts, bro. And we're witnessing that. Alhamdulillah, we get to see it. That's the blessing of it. Well, here's what I'm about to tell you. Everything the Palestinian Muslims are going through, I've already went through it. Of course, I haven't seen the bombings and stuff like that. I've already been through it. Muslims inside the Michigan Department of Corrections went through the police wiping their feet on the prayer rugs, putting you in segregation with no food and water because you were given dawah to people in general population within the institution, withholding your visits, turning your phone off, labeling you a STG threat, which is security threat group in the Michigan Department of Corrections. You get labeled a STG, you are going to segregation and you are going to be locked down with no TV, with just a bed and a a wool cover, and no communication to the outside world. And then once you get out of security threat group, which is once you get out of segregation, which is classified as STG, then they're going to move you to maximum security because you can't come on the yard no more. You can't come in the general population no more. You're considered a threat. And can you believe that the Department of Corrections, especially in the state of Michigan, they classify individuals who give dawah and encourage people to not commit crimes within these institutions, dealing with narcotics, illegal contraband, assaults, in very few cases, rapes. And we try to encourage the brothers or the individual who is receiving the dawah, the Islam. They consider that as a threat. I don't know why. So, and then when they come along and they when you go to Jumma, right? In the Michigan Department of Corrections, they have a form sheet. It's religious identity. And guess who they put it on first? The Christians didn't have a religious identity sheet. The Muslims had to be cleared to attend Jummah Prayer. And you had to have two or more people to hold a Jummah Prayer. Sometimes Jummah Prayer is only two brothers. So you have this whole state of Palestine. This whole state of Palestine. Muslims everywhere. Can you imagine only two coming to Jummah Prayer? Can you imagine that? You got one guy that's here. He's going to establish the Iqamah. And then you got the other Muslim brother. He's going to give the khutbah. And he's talking to one person. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine how silly that looks to an individual? Like, what are they doing? Because what congregates a Salatul Jummah, a congregational prayer, is two people. So now you have to hold Jummah prayer. So there are times where they would purposely not let Muslims go to Jummah prayer. They wouldn't give them a clearance because they didn't sign a religious identification. You had to identify yourself as a Muslim. And guess what the color of the form was? Yellow. Wallahi, ask any Muslim brother that was in the Michigan Department of Corrections. It was a yellow form after 9/11 that the Muslims were forced to sign in order to attend Jummah. They didn't give it to the nation. They didn't give it to the Melanics. They didn't give it to the Moabites. They didn't give it to there was like two Jews. They didn't give it to them. They didn't give it to the Christians. They didn't give it to Hasta, Lorasa. They didn't give it to the Odinists. the white supremacist group, which we're going to talk about. They didn't give it to the Aryan Brotherhood. All these groups had religious services. They didn't give it to the Native Americans. They made the Muslims in the Michigan Department of Corrections sign a yellow piece of paper stating your religion identity, your religious identity. Wallahi, they did. Ask any Muslim brother that's been incarcerated in the Michigan Department of Corrections. And what did Germany do to the Yahud? They gave them a yellow star. So they're following the same system. I've been introduced to that system. And if you think that system won't come to you because you're in Tampa Bay, Florida, because you're in New York City in a skyscraper, because you're in San Francisco in Silicon Valley, sleeping on $1 million couch, it could happen to you. And it's gonna happen to you. If you and we don't stand together as Muslims and wake up out of this yoke, this yellow yoke that they have us in, this kafir yoke, they're cracking eggs on us. And we just keep swimming in the yoke and we can't get out of the slime. So I've experienced what you brothers in Balad Hashem's are going through. I've been kicked in the head for praying. I've been stabbed in the back for hitting Salat. I've been thrown in segregation for Salatul Jumma in general population when they wouldn't give us the space to pray. All you have to do is read the case law. When you get a chance, look up Abdul Rauf versus the state of Michigan. Look up case law and see what we was going through just to establish the Salatul Jumma. Look what we had to go through, and not just my generation of the Shahada, not just my generation of the Kalima Shahada, but the generation before me. They really had it tough. They literally had to strap up just to establish we're not eating pork. They literally had to boss up like, hey, bro, we not eating that. Don't serve it to us. You do it again, we going to war. And we all strapped. And if this is what it's got to take, then so be it. My generation was dealing with the establishment of Salatul Jumma. And that's why I'm so passionate with this video right here. Because we are in a crisis identity as a Muslim. We got to wake up. We got to abandon what these kafirs are giving us. If they give you apple pie, don't take it. Take bean pie. If they give you soda, don't take it. The sister is selling water. If they giving you dial soap with pork in it, don't take it. The sister's making soap out of oatmeal. Fruits, watermelon, peaches, mango. She's making natural fruit, saying Bismillah over the soap. If they offer you pork, don't take it. Let them have what they give you. They give you a gold chain that looks like a rope. You don't see the symbology behind that? Let them hang themselves. The only rope that we're holding on to is the rope of Allah. Today is Yom Jumma. It's your day. Be proud to be a Muslim on this day, Yom Jumma. Give the salams to the people on this day, on Yom Jumma. Stand up, chin up, chest out, pant legs up. That's what we say. Chest out, chin up, pant legs up. That's what we say. We stand like this. Assalamu alaikum. That's how we stand. Not saying you have to, but that's how we had to stand on Yom Jumma. And when you see convicted murderers bumping their heads from a foreign language that they don't know, it kind of does something to the heart. And I just want to give a shout out to the Muslim brothers in Flint, Michigan. Assalamu alaikum. To the Muslim brothers in Afghanistan. Assalamu alaikum. To the brothers in Ski Town. Assalamu alaikum. To the brothers in Trav City. Assalamu alaikum. To the brothers in the Motor City. Assalamu alaikum. To the brothers in Little Saigon. Assalamu alaikum. To the brothers in Ypsilanti. Assalamu alaikum. To the brothers in Kazoo. Assalamu alaikum. To the sunny side and the fours. Assalamu alaikum. To the brothers in Bent Harbor. Assalamu alaikum. And to the brothers in Gunru. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.